facing goal. It's a back four left to right of Ben Davies, Jan Vertonghen, Davinson Sanchez and Kieran Trippier, Eric Dyer and Moussa Dembele in the centre of midfield, with Christian Eriksen and Heung-min Son looking like the wide players. Dele Alli supporting Harry Kane. Bench is Rose, Lamela, Wanyama, Vorm, Sissoko, Llorente and Walker-Peters. Manchester United, well, I'll give you the news you all want to know about. That's Alexis Sanchez. He starts this evening for the first time in the Premier League. Also in the United 11, David De Gea, the goalkeeper. Back four left to right of Ashley Young, Phil Jones. We'll come back to that. The Spurs are in. Spurs have scored. Spurs have scored in the opening seconds at Wembley Stadium. No time for the team news. No time for anyone to take their seats. No one settled, let alone Manchester United. Spurs have scored in seconds. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0. Christian Eriksen with a lovely side foot into the corner.
Well, I don't know what the quickest goal of the Premier League season is ever, Tom, but that's got to be about 15 seconds. Spurs kick off, back to Vertonghen, smacks it forward. Harry Kane competes with Phil Jones. He wins the header. Dele Alli goes in, shoots. Smalling can only half block it, and Eriksen just runs off of Ashley Young and places it in the corner. It's as simple as it gets, but Tottenham lead 1-0.
Christian Eriksen's 7th Premier League goal of the season. He won't have finished one much easier than that. What a fantastic start for may well be their last chance to get back up there with the top four contenders. We were just about to talk about Alexis Sanchez making his Premier League bow for Manchester United, and Spurs have taken the narrative.
Well, it's poor from Manchester United.
As United coming forward now, Alexis Sanchez trying to slip in Jesse Lingard, and he can't find the pass.
But for all Tottenham's good play and the way they pass the ball, it's a kick-off. Rolled back to Vertonghen. It's as basic as they get, Tom. He smacks it forward. Harry Kane competes with Phil Jones, flicks it on. Dele Alli runs into the box, right-hand side, tries to get a shot away. It's a poor shot. It's blocked by Smalling, but Eriksen has come in round behind him. Ashley Young doesn't stay with him, and he has a simple task of just feeding it into that far corner. Really, really basic from Spurs, but Manchester United have to do better. 1-0.
I have that 11 seconds. We will get that officially timed for you. While that's going on, let's cross to Southampton against Brighton, where there's been a penalty. In fact, we'll hold that for a moment, because United are coming down the left-hand side with Ashley Young. Young's low cross. Lukaku is there. Lukaku just sliding in. Couldn't get on the end of it. Let's get to the south coast. Southampton up against Brighton. David Winter.
Well, the backdrop is the boos and whistles. It's Glenn Murray, coolly converts, and Brighton leads. Glenn Murray celebrates in front of the travelling pocket of supporters who've made the trip down the south coast this evening. And what an enjoyable night is proving to be so far.
Back here, United coming forward, slips in towards Lingard, Lloris off his line, good ball towards Jesse Lingard, the man of the moment for Manchester United right now, but that's good goalkeeping by Hugo Lloris. Spurs on the counter, foul on that far side, Heung-min Son can't get through. 3 minutes gone, it's 1-0 Spurs.
Well, as you say, Tom, we've had 3 minutes here, and I think we can safely say that I can't see this ending up 1-0. I mean, it's been a breathless start. All the times you see Tottenham play here at Wembley, and they play against teams that want to come, they want to shut up shop, park the bus as they say now, and hit Spurs on the counter-attack. Not Manchester United. They've gone 1-0 down, but already they've carved Tottenham open a couple of times, and Lloris had to be sharp off his line there to thwart Lingard.
Tottenham have got 11 home matches without defeat in the league since losing to Chelsea in August. They've won 7 of their last 9 games at Wembley. There's no hoodoo here anymore, and they lead against Manchester United. But they're on the back foot as Ashley Young is found on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Running a Kieran Trippier, he finds a ball back to Jesse Lingard. Early cross to Pogba, it's away by Vertonghen's head, only as far as the edge of the area where Lukaku and Dembele clash. It's broken to Alexis Sanchez, who's getting booed as a former Arsenal man by the Spurs support. He's found a ball out right. Martial into Alexis Sanchez. Back to Martial again. Alexis Sanchez couldn't get on the end of the return ball from Martial, and Tottenham will bring it away. I will give you the full United team soon, but Spurs are breaking with Heung-min Son. He's running at Phil Jones. It ricochets off Jones and goes through to David De Gea, who clears long up towards Alexis Sanchez, who is offside. Let me just give you that 11 really quickly. David De Gea is the goalkeeper for Manchester United. Back four left to right, Ashley Young, Phil Jones, Chris Smalling and Antonio Valencia. Paul Pogba and Nemanja Matic in the centre midfield. Alexis Sanchez, Anthony Martial and Jesse Lingard supporting Romelu Lukaku. Bench, Rocco, Mata, Rashford, Romero, Herrera, Shaw and Fellaini. So there we go, we've had time to do the teams. 5 minutes gone, it's 1-0 to Spurs. They're coming forward here. Centre of the field, left-hand side now is Heung-min Son. He finds a ball out left to Davis. Davis cuts across back. It hits Nemanja Matic, and he will volley that ball away to the right-hand side. It's back to Antonio Valencia, dribbling inside his own penalty area. He's found a ball to Nemanja Matic. He's got two players around him, Dele Alli and Christian Eriksen. He has found a release to Paul Pogba. Into Martial, Matic again, Dembele for company, a pass back towards Antonio Valencia which was behind him. De Gea has come out of goal to the right hand side to clear long to Lukaku. He heads in field towards Jesse Lingard. Trippier's beat him to the bouncing ball in the centre circle when Spurs have it. 5 minutes gone, 1-0, breathless stuff, Kev.
Yeah, absolutely. Tottenham clearly up for this game. You normally find games that are opener when two teams have differing formations and one team gets the upper hand on the other one's formation, but they're both matched up tonight. Yeah, it's such an open game.
Paul Pogba battling with Dele Alli in the centre midfield for the ball. It's off Pogba last for a throw on that far side. Spurs kicking from left to right as we look in this first period. White shirts, navy shorts and white socks. United the other way with red shirts, white shorts and black socks. Ball with Davinson Sanchez in the centre circle for Tottenham. Outright to Trippier. Back to the halfway line and Davinson Sanchez again. It's fair to say he's been hit and miss since coming in for big money during the summer transfer window, but still a young man, still 21 years of age, Davinson Sanchez, and he could be a great player, but he's not quite there yet, I don't think.
No, he's still learning his trade. He is still a young player, as you say, but he will become more consistent as he gets older. Pochettino clearly will blood youngsters. He has no problem with that whatsoever, and he sees fit to play him and to have bought him and to have sold Kevin Wimmer as well, who at one point came in and done terrific for Spurs.
7 minutes gone. We're on Premier League Live. Manchester United coming forward. Spurs with a high line. United trying to capitalise. They've found a ball out left via Lingard to Ashley Young, who's running at Eriksen down the left channel. He cuts back, but doesn't do it very well there, Ashley Young. He's able to retain possession. Finds Martial. Martial pokes to Alexis Sanchez, back to Martial, lovely 1-2, low cross, blocked there by Dyer, getting back to help out his defence. It will go towards the corner flag, where Alexis Sanchez picks it up and will just chip it to Ashley Young. Ashley Young's cross towards the back post is too close to Hugo Lloris, and all in yellow, the French number one comes out to gather.
Cute from Manchester United, that, wasn't it, down the left-hand side? And that's what Alexis Sanchez has been all about when he was at Arsenal. Nice intricate play round the box. Little 1-2 with Martial, and Martial's in. He should do better with a cross, really.
Antonio Valencia, the Manchester United right back, will clip it infield to Phil Jones. Inside their own half, Manchester United, who are a goal down here at Wembley Stadium. Still waiting for an official time on that, but I've got it 11 seconds. That has been confirmed. It's the second fastest goal in Premier League history. What was the first? Let us know on @Talksport Live. We will tell you at some point during the commentary if we get bored or something, I don't know. As Kieran Trippier's cross outright is overhit and goes out for a goal kick. Unlikely we're going to get bored anytime soon, though. Have you seen it on my notes?
I have.
Oh,
and I tell you what.
Did you know it?
How can you get a quicker goal than that? Incredible. I really do not know.
Listen, let us know out there @Talksport Live. Maybe it's going to come up everywhere and you're all going to know, but we want to know if you know. We've just seen the second fastest goal in Premier League history after 11 seconds. What was the first? Do you want a clue? I think the clue is fair.
Yeah.
It was scored by a Tottenham player. That's all you're going to get. We'll tell you some point in this half. @Talksport Live, the place to get in touch. That is @Talksport Live on Twitter to me and Kev Watson, the former Tottenham man. Ball is in the hands of David De Gea. 9 minutes gone here. Long ball forward towards Harry Kane. Didn't find its target. He'll roll it out towards Smalling. Will De Gea right to Valencia. Poor ball towards Martial. Spurs have won it back. Dembele charging at goal. Square to Eriksen. Bit of space for Eriksen. Gets the shot away. It's blocked by Jones, his backside, and will break out right to Antonio Valencia.
Do you know what? I think he's took the wrong option there. Eriksen, he doesn't normally, but if he'd have kidded on to shoot and rolled it to his left, both Son and Harry Kane were in acres of space. They'd got away from their defenders.
All over the top here for Manchester United. Lukaku is offside. Can tell you that Matt Bird has got the answer right at TalkSport Live, the fastest goal in Premier League history. We'll tell you what it is soon. We want some more answers first. At TalkSport Live, the place to get in touch with me and Kev tonight. Can tell you another goal has gone in the Premier League as well. We knew Brighton were winning 1-0 at Southampton. We'll get that goal for you soon. Brilliant games right across the Premier League this evening as David De Gea clears from his own 6-yard box out to this near side where Alexis Sanchez's pass was poor. It fell to Dembele, who tried to poke it on towards Dele Alli. He lost it up to Sanchez again. Trippier hard in on him. Manchester United back in possession on this left-hand side inside their own penalty area. Spurs with the higher press. Dele Alli chasing down Jones. We saw Penacek get it all wrong last night for Arsenal against Swansea, but De Gea doesn't here. He goes long, but too long for Lukaku. It's going to be headed back towards Dyer in the centre of midfield by Vertonghen. Dyer then is strong to shake off the shackles that Alexis Sanchez tried to put on him. Spurs in possession. Back to Davinson Sanchez. Let's cross to Goodison Park, where we have had a goal between Everton and Leicester City.
Chilwell, he's in trouble. Chilwell, he's shown it to Sigurdsson, who pulls it across. Walcott, 1-0. An error from Leicester City gives Everton the lead against the run of play.
Theo Walcott with the goal for Everton on the day that Everton let Ademola Lookman go to RB Leipzig on loan. He needs to step up in that position and has done just that. Big goal. They lead Leicester by 1-0. Spurs lead Manchester United here by 1-0. Ball down the right channel by Spurs towards Heung-min Son. Smalling steps across and clears in the left back area. It's a throw to Spurs on the right.
Took no chances there, Smalling. Comes across. He knows Son will chase anything. He just gets rid of it.
Throw in into Dele Alli. Alli shot blocked by Jones in the penalty area. Harry Kane wanted it just to the right. Didn't play the pass, took the shot.
Yeah, I think he could have rolled. Harry Kane possibly would just drifted offside though, Harry. This is making for a very open game. Tottenham love to press high, but you feel if Manchester United break that press, because they're defending high and the pace Manchester United possess, there'll be chances for them to get in behind.
Corner Spurs, right hand side. 12 minutes gone on Premier League Live. Eriksson with the clip towards the penalty spot where Matic heads away to this near side where Heung-min Son and Ashley Young battle for the ball. Son's back header finds Christian Eriksen. Lingard is with him, and Jesse Lingard has done well to win the ball back for United. Up to Sanchez, who tried to find a ball round the corner. It was blocked, but he gets it the second time to Lingard on the left. Dembele, he was always going to bring down Jesse Lingard there. He first of all tried to tug the shirt, then he's tripped him up, and he will get our first yellow card of the game, Moussa Dembele.
Yeah, Dembele there with a tactical foul. He had to do it, but this is what I was just saying a minute ago. Tottenham press high up the pitch. It was a little 1-2. Sanchez gets out of it, and Lingard's away. And you just feel if he gets away from Dembele, his next pass is inside the fullback. Davis to Lukaku had peeled away. So I don't think he'll be too perturbed at the moment, Mourinho. There will be chances for his side.
Free kick taken short. Dele Alli nearly stole it off Phil Jones. They have kept possession outright with Antonio Valencia. Back inside their own half now with Chris Smalling in possession. High press from Alli and Kane. An awful ball from Smalling straight to Kieran Trippier. He gets a poke through to Eriksson, but Sanchez put good pressure on, so it forced a poor pass from Kieran Trippier. And Manchester United will retrieve possession again. I can tell you, Retired Assassin on Twitter has got the fastest Premier League goal right. It's a second quicker than the one we've seen this evening. Keep it coming into our TalkSport Live. Poor clearance by De Gea has gone straight to Dele Alli. Good pressure on De Gea again. This time Phil Jones gets back and nicks it off Dele Alli. It's a corner.
Tottenham winning it high up the pitch again. Dele Alli gets in. Good defending from Phil Jones in the end. You see the frustration on his face. Tottenham keep taking it off him high up the pitch. They've got to be careful, Manchester United.
Eriksson with the out-swinging delivery. Last one was nowhere near a teammate. What about this one from Eriksson towards the near post? Flicked on, but away from goal. Dyer with a sliding tackle, then cleared away by Lingard up towards the halfway where Davinson Sanchez heads poorly straight to Antonio Valencia, who's found Alexis Sanchez just over the halfway. He's surely tripped by Harry Kane, and that's a free kick which goes the way of the former Arsenal man.
It's very good play from Sanchez. He just protects the ball. He sees Harry Kane come in. Well, I'm not so sure that is a foul, but he buys it anyway. Harry Kane, very diligent as usual. Perhaps just because he's hooked his foot between Sanchez's legs is why the free kick's been given there.
Again, United take the free kick short, and again they work it back, and again Spurs press high, and it's all the way back with David De Gea. He's gone long towards Lukaku, but not a very good clearance again from De Gea. Davis will pick it up on the far side for Spurs. He'll find Vertonghen, who will then knock it all the way back to Hugo Lloris. 15 minutes gone on Premier League Live. It's Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0. The goal coming after 11 seconds from Christian Eriksen. Second fastest goal in Premier League history. A few people have got the right answer. Ni Davido has got the right answer. EH10 has got the right answer. Marama Namanamanen has got the right answer. That's a brilliant name. Not sure I did it right, but I did it the way I liked it, and that's the important thing. Let's tell you now, why not? The fastest goal in Premier League history. Kev, who was it?
Ledley King versus Bradford.
Of Spurs fame in the year 2000 after just 10 seconds. As United come forward here trying to equalise that second fastest goal. Lukaku's in on goal. He bundled his way past three players on the right hand side, was forced wide a bit, tried to cut back towards Martial, and it was poor, and it's been picked up by Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, Lingard picking Manchester United's players at the moment, feeds it between Vertonghen and Davis to Lukaku, and Lukaku not sure what he's trying to do. I think he'd have been better served going round Lloris, keeping hold of the ball, but tries a little knockback, and Martial was nowhere to be seen.
Spurs coming forward, left hand side. Heung-min Son with a chip outright towards Kieran Trippier. Touched inside first time towards Eriksen. Trippier's gone down on a tackle from Ashley Young. Referee this evening is Andre Mariner, and he's seen nothing in it. Ashley Young has carried it to halfway since then. Alexis Sanchez is then caught in possession by Eriksen and Ali, and he's gone down, he's got the free kick, and the home crowd, you can hear what they think about it.
That's about 4 on him now. I think the next person who does Sanchez will be going into the referee's book. Nothing doing there as we see the replay of Trippier knocking it inside. Ashley Young dangles a foot. You're not going to get anything for that, I'm afraid. Crowd can be all they like. And that's another foul. Harry Kane on Sanchez.
Elsewhere in the Premier League this evening, Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 0, Everton 1, Leicester 0, Newcastle 0, Burnley 0, Southampton 0, Brighton 1. Those are 7:45 UK time kickoffs in the 8 o'clocks. That's UK time. We're watching one of those now. It's 1-0 to Spurs against Manchester United. Also Manchester City 0, West Bromwich Albion 0, Stoke City 0, Watford 0. We can tell you today's transfer deadline day 2. The big deal is that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has completed his move to Arsenal. Olivier Giroud has gone to Chelsea. Man City have pulled out of their interest to sign Riyad Mahrez, or so they say. Looks like Andre Ayew could be returning to Swansea as well. A near £20 million move from West Ham looks set to be completed. Lucas Moura has signed for Spurs from Paris Saint-Germain. £25 million, we understand, was the fee. United coming forward, big clip out to the right hand side from Nemanja Matic. He will find Romelu Lukaku running at Davis, chops in field, ball behind on the floor to Anthony Martial, right to Valencia, 10 yards over the halfway. Spurs back in their shape. Here's Paul Pogba, lovely bit of skill to get away from Heung-min Son. What's he going to do with the ball? He'll flip it out left to Alexis Sanchez, who controls on the thigh. Dig to Jesse Lingard, who heads it on, but Lukaku had already made a run. Pogba wasn't there, and it's cleared away up to Harry Kane. Got Smalling all over him. Kane has done superbly, as you'd imagine, to hold that ball up. He's found a ball to Ben Davis, who's looped one forward towards Dele Alli, who's won the first header. Trying to knock it on towards Eriksen, but it goes too close to David De Gea in goal for Spurs liking.
Good game this, really good game. You see both teams creating chances, looking to play forward. They've got runners. United, as I say, won't be too concerned. Shell-shocked after 11 seconds, but more than in this game. They've shown more than enough to say they'll be getting chances.
You see much impact from Alexis Sanchez so far?
Not yet. He's had the ball in what I would say are non-dangerous positions at the moment. Hasn't affected it at the top of the pitch, but he will, I'm sure, at some point.
United coming forward. Here he is, Alexis Sanchez, as you can hear all around Wembley Stadium. Back to Martial, centre of the field, 40 yards from goal. Finds Sanchez square. It's left now to Ashley Young in a bit of space. He's going to come back on his right foot. And he does jink back out on the left. Back on the right again from Ashley Young. Cross comes in now, away from the head of Davinson Sanchez. As far as Nemanja Matic, just left of centre, 35 yards from goal. Finds Alexis Sanchez. Looks towards the run of Martial. It's away well by Vertonghen. Up towards the halfway line. Kane can't beat Jones to it. Smalling's header is back to Jones. Ericsson puts him under pressure. It finds Dele Alli. Young then wins it back for Manchester United. Nemanja Matic will go back on the floor towards Antonio Valencia in the right back area. Down the line to Pogba. Backing into Davis. It's a return ball to Antonio Valencia. Outright approaching the halfway line. Down the channel towards Martial to use his pace. Up against Davinson Sanchez. He's got it by the end line. Right hand side. Too easy. Up against Davinson Sanchez. Still going. Anthony Martial with the shot at goal with the left boot. Never really got hold of it. And that'll be a goal kick.
Far too easy, Tom, down that right, Manchester United's right hand side, Tottenham's left. Sanchez has got to get closer and keep him out there. Instead he just lets him come in onto his left foot. Then Vertonghen doesn't get out quick enough really, and it's only a wild shot from Martial, but Pochettino won't be happy with Sanchez. He's got to keep him out there.
Foul here from Smalling on Ali. Free kick to Spurs on the halfway. Let's get to St James's Park. Newcastle United, they need some good news, maybe more than any club in English football right now. Well, there's some good news now. They've got a penalty against Burnley.
As Hotspur stands over the ball, what can he do? Oh, it's saved by Nick Pope. A really poor penalty from Hotspur.
Dan McCarthy with the commentary. Still 0-0 there. 1-0 here to Spurs. They're coming forward. Dele Alli into Harry Kane. Kane looks to find Ali with the return ball. It's away from Smalling. Thumped up the field. Won by Vertonghen, who heads into Moussa Dembele. Brilliant skill, brilliant power from Dembele. It's then lobbed forward, hurled forward really into the path of Dele Alli on the edge of the area. He's tried to volley that straight in from Dyer's ball, but didn't quite get hold of it.
Yeah, you can see what he's tried. Good ball from Dyer as it's coming over Dele Alli's right shoulder. A little bit of curl bringing it into him. He's just trying to help it on its way. Didn't get enough purchase on it. Good ball from Dyer, good run from Ali. He's getting as much room as I've seen him get in a Premier League game for a long while, Dele Alli, tonight.
What about that penalty miss for Newcastle United? Not sure if they've got Islam Slimani over the line. They're desperate for a goal scorer, desperate for a scorer, desperate for a bit of luck. They missed an early penalty.
Yeah, this doesn't bode well, does it? Golden opportunity when you get a penalty.
Tough time for Newcastle United. Transfer window still open, by the way. Any big moves go down, we'll let you know right here. Spurs coming forward. Dele Alli on the edge, trying to poke through to Ericsson. Couldn't do so, but they've won it again with Dyer. His square ball was overhit, nearly found Dele Alli. Alexis Sanchez back defending for Manchester United. What about the team they're trying to chase down so desperately, so hopelessly in the Premier League? Manchester City, they're up against West Bromwich Albion tonight. There has been a goal there. We'll get to it shortly. As Spurs are coming forward here against United. Ericsson into Kane. Kane in the area. Gets the shot away. Got the snapshot on target, but found David De Gea.
Terrific play, Ericsson. First time ball into Kane. Nearly caught De Gea out, didn't it? Takes the touch. Snapshot. Quickly. De Gea surprised, but just gets down on it on his near post. Good play, Tottenham.
Right, City against West Bromwich Albion. What's happened?
Here's De Bruyne. Oh, that's a lovely ball forward to Fernandinho! And Manchester City have taken the lead.
John Anderson with the commentary. 1-0 to Manchester City against West Bromwich Albion. Fernandinho with the goal. It's all going off in the Premier League. We are really at that stage of the season. Every goal matters, every moment matters, and we have got every second of every game through our global broadcast partners right around the world and Premier League Live. 24 minutes gone here. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0. Ericsson forward towards Dele Alli. Another curling ball into the diagonal run of Dele Alli. This time it's just a little bit too heavy for him and it goes through to David De Gea. But a clear tactic, Kev.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a bounce. Ashley Young getting caught high up the pitch, and Dele Alli's just running into that little channel that Young's vacating, getting 1v1 with either Jones or Smalling, and that time he's made another good run. He's almost playing up with Harry Kane tonight, isn't he? up against those two defenders. It was just a bounce that took it over his right foot there.
Manchester United just trying to find their way back into this game. They've settled things down after going a goal down in 11 seconds, and they're coming forward here down the left-hand side with the Premier League debutant Alexis Sanchez. His first cross is blocked. He finds a reverse ball to Lingard. Lingard cuts it back. It's on the right-hand side, and a great challenge by Davis before Martial could get a shot away. It's up to Harry Kane already, and he's found a great ball round the back towards Dele Alli, and Ali will get there first. Phil Jones is with him. He's trying to find a ball to Heung-min Son. Oh, and it's just clipped off the calf of Phil Jones before finding its way through, and United clear it away.
It was cheeky from Dele Alli, wasn't it? Great ball from Harry Kane, holds it up, superb centre-forward play, spins round, great ball, Dele Alli, willing runner, but he knows he's not got the pace to run Phil Jones, so he holds it up, and cheekily tries to play it through the legs of Phil Jones, but it just takes a ricochet, as you said, Tom, and takes the pace off it and deflects it out the reach of Son.
Moussa Dembele just over the centre circle, challenged by Pogba, but shirts being pulled by Pogba, and there is a foul by Paul Pogba, so we've got time maybe to get to Goodison Park. A chant you'll be hearing there very soon, I'm sure, and very regularly, will be about their next goal scorer, and we'll go there right now.
Scoops it in towards the penalty area to Kane, to Walcott! Another one for Theo Walcott! It's two for him, it's two for Everton, and they're putting Leicester City to the sword here.
Here's Harry Kane, he's picked the ball up in a deep position, shot that goal is blocked. Back to Eric Dyer, 35 yards out, he finds a ball outright to Kieran Trippier instead. United panicking at the back at the moment. Good challenge there by Antonio Valencia, sliding on Heung-min Son to win the ball back for the Red Devils. Martial runs in field, looks for Alexis Sanchez, back to Martial, through to Lukaku just offside. It comes off his chest and bounces through to Hugo Lloris, but that high line care from Tottenham Hotspur keeps getting him into a bit of trouble, isn't it?
It does, just offside. Great play from Manchester United, wasn't it? Martial, little flick into Sanchez, followed his pass, setting up ball, and he's threaded a tremendous ball between Vertonghen and Sanchez. He just didn't hold his run, Lukaku, but he has got so much green grass to run into here at Wembley because Tottenham are playing very high up the pitch. If you're going to press high, that means your back four is going to be high. Mourinho will know that.
Another poor ball from Davinson Sanchez. United regain possession. Hugo Lloris has slid out there to that through ball, and he's touched it with his hands right on the edge of the area. Could easily have gone outside. Referee says no. Lukaku was appealing. It's a close one from Hugo Lloris. Think he misjudged that there, the Tottenham goalkeeper, and got a bit lucky. Tottenham at the other end coming forward with Eriksen dribbling from left to right, finds Kieran Trippier on the overlap. Heung-min Son diagonal on the floor just ahead of him. End line, right hand side, low cross looking for Kane, well intercepted by Smalling. Brilliant read from the England central defender. Up towards the halfway where Davinson Sanchez this time will find a teammate. Just needs that composure in these big games. Davinson Sanchez letting Spurs down right now. There's the young central defender. No one else is though, and they're coming forward. Right hand side, Trippier's cross. Oh, it's 2-0! Ricochets off Phil Jones, and that's an own goal from the Manchester United defender. Harry Kane was sniffing, Phil Jones was panicking, and Tottenham are scoring 2-0.
Well, it's unfortunate for Phil Jones, but you can't help but think it's terrific play from Spurs. Lovely one-touch football, two-touch football in the middle of the pitch, but Ashley Young, he gets sucked into the middle of the pitch. It's Son that goes running in there, and Ashley Young goes all the way in with him when it's Jones's man, which leaves Trippier in acres, and he's got to defend that with his left foot. He goes with his right foot, trying to clear it, and he inadvertently sticks it past De Gea. But Ashley Young, hold your ground, pass that runner on. Son takes you in there, don't go with him, because you've left Trippier in absolute acres to do what he wants with the ball.
Now, speaking as a centre-half, I think that he's in the total wrong position there, Phil Jones. He's facing the goal, he's gone with the wrong boot, he's got that totally wrong, right?
He's got it totally wrong, he's running back towards his goal, but I would point a finger at Ashley Young saying you do not need to go all the way in field with Son. As Son makes that run inside, you've got to pass him on to Jones, and then you stay where you are or get a bit closer to Trippier. He goes all the way in and leaves Trippier in absolute acres to do what he wants, and we all know Kieran Trippier has wonderful technique and delivery.
Tottenham 2, Manchester United 0. Premier League Live, 30 minutes now played. Goals from Eriksen after 11 seconds. You did hear that right. And then Phil Jones, an own goal on 28 minutes. Elsewhere tonight, Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 0. That one's approaching half-time. Everton 2, Leicester 0. And that chant we didn't get to do earlier. You know it, Kev? Ole, 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 ole. Theo Walcott has scored twice. United coming forward in the other end. Shot by Martial. Blocked by Sanchez, then Hugo Lloris. Everton 2, Leicester 0. Newcastle 0, Burnley 0. Southampton 0, Brighton 1. Those games coming to half-time. 2-0 here to Spurs against United. City beating West Brom by a goal to 0. And Stoke 0, Watford 0. We've got a corner here on the right-hand side for Manchester United. Listen to the atmosphere in Wembley Stadium as this ball is delivered towards the back post. Smalling has won it. Oh, and Paul Pogba at the back post to poke it home. Has poked it high.
He's got to do better than that. Looping corner. Tottenham don't defend it. Smalling heads it back into the 6-yard box. It's a good header. He's gone with his studs, hasn't he? Pogba. He's towed it over the bar. If he goes with his head and he's brave, he gets one back, but he doesn't, because Dele Alli is confronting him, gets that quick off that post. I don't think Pogba fancied going for it with his head, which would have been a goal.
Oh, Nemanja Matic gives the ball away sloppily to Trippier, just over the halfway line. Trippier driving forward, still going Trippier into Dele Alli. Alli in the area. Valencia's gone to ground. Spurs are calling penalty. Andre Mariner's saying no. If that's a good tackle, that's a fantastic tackle from Valencia, because it looked to me like he went through Dele Alli before he got the ball.
I think you've called it exactly right. He is a lucky boy, Valencia. Yes, he gets the ball, but when does he get the ball?
Down the right-hand side, Spurs coming again. Cross by Eriksen is low. It's in between De Gea and Smalling. David De Gea slides out to get there just before Spurs can make it 3. It's still the Spurs fans boo, and still we haven't got a replay of that penalty decision. But Andre Mariner made his decision. Could have done with some VAR there.
I was going to say, where's VAR when you need it? Because that would have settled it. I think he's a lucky boy, Valencia. He's got himself in a great covering position. Dele Alli's just about to pull the trigger, and I think he's got himself, his body, between Valencia and the ball. Valencia has to go through him to get it. We'll see in a minute.
United give it away again in the halfway area. Good challenge there by Dele Alli. He's gone to ground. Referee's given a free kick against Dele Alli, who just needs to keep a lid on it here. We know he's hot-headed. We know he's the kind of guy who can maybe lose it in a game. Now, Kev, we are getting a replay on the monitors, and that is a penalty every single day of the week.
Yeah, and twice on a Sunday. It's exactly as we called it. It looks like he's got the ball, because he does, but he's had to go. Dele Alli has used his body really well. He's had to go through both of Dele Alli's legs to get there. It is a stonewall penalty.
Not given by Andre Mariner. Took plenty of Dele Alli. What a risky challenge. It is fair to say what a poor challenge from Antonio Valencia, as Alexis Sanchez chips one out to the opposite wing towards Martial. Davis has that covered. That is Alexis Sanchez's move. He does do it repeatedly in games, and so far Spurs have dealt with it. And they're coming forward as Kane finds Heung-min Son, who gets a drive at goal from the left-hand side, but South Korean striker Son never really got his head over that ball, and it flies over the top.
Got a bit excited, didn't he? I think he's chosen the wrong option there. He's got Eriksen coming up to his right-hand side. He's got Trippier coming up to his right-hand side. He's got Dele Alli on his left. Got to be excited there. Korean, just keep the ball, keep it moving, get it wide, get in the box. Would have served him much better on that occasion, I think.
No big deals have gone down in the transfer window whilst we've been on air, but I can tell you that Olivier Giroud, having played for Arsenal last night, is at Chelsea's game this evening against Bournemouth. Half-time 0-0 there, and another reason why there probably shouldn't be a transfer window right now is because they could have done with Olivier Giroud tonight playing up front, it seems.
Absolutely could have done.
Back here, 34 minutes gone. Spurs coming forward. They're leading 2-0. They're crossing on the right-hand side. Oh, Trippier fired one across. It rather hit Harry Kane. Not sure he was the intended target, and ricochets away for a goal kick.
Tottenham have been fantastic, haven't they? This first 34 minutes, playing with real intent, real pace.
United have gone over the top a lot towards Lukaku, and I'm not sure any of it has really worked out. Quick hello to Zachary at TalkSport Live. He says, what a sweet near post finish from Phil Jones.
Well, he did tuck it away quite well, I have to say.
If that was Harry Kane,
yeah,
we'd be drooling over it. As a central defender, it's the kind of thing that gives you nightmares. I always remember my first own goal for Village Royals under 11s against Tigers, and I scored an own goal, and everyone was like, shake it off, Tom. I went for a good 40-minute sulk. I think I asked to get substituted at half time. Still basically the same person. Hopefully Phil Jones will shake it off quicker.
It's not nice. Could have been the third round of the FA Cup at Ewood Park.
Is that yours?
Yeah, back pass, and it actually hit the keeper where he puts the bobble, where they do the dig on the 6-yard box for his to tee it up.
Yeah.
It actually hit that and went over his foot.
Oh, the old Tim Flowers one.
And barely reached the net. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So that went down as an own goal when it really
You've
should
suffered, mate. You've suffered. I blame the pitch. I'm taking that off you officially.
I blame the keeper.
I have that power.
Don't dig the pitch up.
2 minutes to go until half time here, and Andre Mariner is feeling the wrath right now of the Wembley crowd. Dyer has gone in, he's won the ball against Paul Pogba, who's gone down. The referee's given the free kick to Pogba. I think it's probably fair enough on the replay.
Yeah, it's a free kick, yeah. He's got the ball, yes, but he knows what he's doing. He's left a bit on Pogba. His boots come off. It's a foul, yes. It's no more than that, I don't think.
Doesn't like it though, Maurizio Pochettino. Spurs fans don't like it either.
It's a terrific game of football, I would say. Real good pace to it, lots of quality, and even though Tottenham are 2 up, United they're not out of this. Next goal, as they always say, at 2-0, really important.
Really pleased that Adam Bridge, who was meant to be commentating this evening, broke down the A40. That's why I'm here, and I couldn't be much happier than I am right now to be watching this fantastic game of football and broadcasting it live on Premier League Live. Half time in our 7:45 UK time kickoffs, by the way. Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 0, Everton 2, Leicester 0, Newcastle 0, Burnley 0. Newcastle missed a penalty there. Southampton 0, Brighton 1. Seagulls scoring a penalty in that game. United coming forward on the left-hand side with Ashley Young, who takes it just over the halfway. Forward to Alexis Sanchez, back to Jesse Lingard. 1-2 with Pogba, back to Lingard again. Out to Alexis Sanchez. Lingard makes a run forward. Here he is now. 1-2 with Alexis Sanchez, but not quite into his path. Not quite on the same wavelength yet. Challenged by Trippier. Alexis Sanchez can't keep that ball in. Throw in left-hand side. Manchester United. Ashley Young will take it. Taken towards Nemanja Matic. Back to Young again. Forward to Alexis Sanchez, who has got 4 players around him. One is Dele Alli, another is Eric Dyer. They combine to win it back for Spurs. Ericsson then tries to dribble away from Ashley Young. Can't do so. Ali getting stuck in on Sanchez. And it's poked forward by Harry Kane. It's almost like that Village Royals game out there. Breaks up towards Harry Kane, who goes down, and that is going to be a free kick to Tottenham inside their own half. And Andre Mariner wants to have a little word here with Phil Jones with the challenge.
Yeah, it was. We had about 20 seconds of playground football there. There must have been 11 players all on that near touch line there, all ricocheting like a pinball, and then Jones goes through the back of Harry Kane, and rightfully I think gets booked.
What a performance from Tottenham Hotspur so far, combining the brilliance of their play with the battling spirit in the central midfield shown there by Ali and Dyer. Late challenge there on Nemanja Matic, this time from Nemanja Matic, on Dele Alli. Referee allows play to go on. Dyer tries to slip the ball down the channel towards Harry Kane's run. Phil Jones steps across to win it back to Ashley Young, who tried to jink away from Kieran Trippier. Little chip, but chipped it out of play for a throw on the right hand side to Spurs. Trippier will take it, looks for the run of Harry Kane, who spun away from Jones. He'll find Ericsson, will he? No, Young steps across, gets there and clears. Only as far as Kieran Trippier. Here's Dele Alli, who's absolutely loving it out there right now in the thrust and heat of battle. This time there's a foul by Ashley Young on this near side. They're all getting stuck in, things are getting tetchy, things are getting feisty. Ericsson having a word with the assistant referee, and it's a free kick to Spurs.
Manchester United have got to be careful here because they're getting increasingly frustrated. It's a foul. I'm not sure what Ashley Young is protesting about. Ericsson heads it, goes in with a knee into his midriff. Clear foul.
Doesn't need too much invitation to have a big old moan up though, does he, Ashley Young?
Absolutely not. And this is a dangerous position when you've got people with the quality of Ben Davies and Christian Eriksen's quality.
So on the right hand side, it's about 12-15 yards away from the attacking right corner flag. Ericsson is over it. Here he is now. Ball towards the near. It's won by Jones, and it was very nearly a second known goal for him. He came off Dyer after Jones, and it's just over the crossbar. It's going to be a goal kick with 5 minutes until 45 are up.
Real good ball in. Lots of pace, lots of whip. Dyer beats the first man, gets over Lukaku. They always say beat that first man, and you've got half a chance. Dyer comes in and really should do better.
Harry Kane being climbed all over by Chris Smalling, so that's going to be a free kick to Spurs. Let's quickly get to Stamford Bridge where the half-time whistle was gone between Chelsea and Bournemouth.
Bakayoko runs across and wins the ball, but that will be the last action of the first half. Chelsea being held by Eddie Howe's resilient Bournemouth. They've huffed and puffed, but they cannot blow the cherries down so far.
John Howick there with that report. That's a massive result for both Bournemouth and Chelsea if it stays the same. 45 minutes to go. Chelsea without a striker. Batshuayi gone. Giroud not signed in time, and Morata out. Here's Spurs coming forward, trying to find Trippier in space, but the ball is too heavy from Heung-min Son.
It's been Tottenham's out ball all evening. Is that ball to Trippier?
Why haven't United responded? It happens every 2-3 minutes.
Exactly right, and it's because Sanchez is playing too high up the pitch. He doesn't really want to defend. He doesn't want to go back and help Ashley Young. Whereas the other side, Martial will be diligent and get back in there and help Valencia. But Sanchez just wants to play high, and he's not tracking Trippier back. And Trippier's got the freedom of Wembley on this right-hand side.
And it's led to both goals here. Heung-min Son has slipped on the far side. He stayed down. Jesse Lingard has robbed it back off him. He's driving forward. Off the ball there as Valencia went down. No foul given. He's out of position. Heung-min Son is back up, but he's not quite right. Eric Dyer is now trying to outmuscle Nemanja Matic on that far side. Matic wins the battle, but he knocks it out of play. So maybe Dyer wins the war as Spurs are still in possession. A couple of incidents there. Heung-min Son goes down. I think it was a slip from him, but then Valencia's gone down off the ball. Much in that for you?
Not really, no. I think it's just a coming together as both players were running backwards.
Here's Harry Kane backing into Phil Jones, right hand side, turns forward, Jones tackles, throw in to Tottenham Hotspur, 2-0 up. 3 minutes of normal time remaining. Still, in our other 8 o'clock UK time kickoffs, the scores remain as they were. Manchester City 1, West Bromwich Albion 0, and Stoke 0, Watford 0. I love this part of the season as we move closer and closer to the end game of the campaign. Every game, every moment vital, scores and results and performances totally unpredictable. United's attacking lineup here has done nothing against Tottenham Hotspur. There's another surprise for us, at least. At TalkSport Live, the place to get in touch with us here in the commentary positions. Plenty of people still telling us that Ledley King scored the fastest ever Premier League goal after 10 seconds against Bradford back at the year 2000. Thank you to everyone who got in touch to tell us that. We've seen the second fastest ever here, with Christian Eriksen scoring after 11 seconds of play. The second added by an own goal from Phil Jones. Jose Mourinho, by the way, has already retreated to the dressing room 2 minutes before the whistle's expected. Why does he do that?
I would have thought he's gone in and he's got on the clipboard whatever he's going to do.
Mark Trippier.
Whatever he's going to do for the second half, he's been known to do it before. Sort out his tactics. Clearly the ones he's put out tonight are not working. By the time these guys get in with the added bit of time, he'll be up there, he'll sit them down. This is what we're doing in the second half. And if he makes changes or not, the formation most definitely will change. Something will change.
He's got Mata, Rashford, Pereira, Fellaini, who's usually plan B. For Jose Mourinho to come on. Plan A has failed miserably so far as Antonio Valencia has jumped into the back of Heung-min Son and given a free kick away, and Son has been in the walls a bit here. in the last few minutes. Tough old battle with Antonio Valencia. He has stayed down, and we get a little break in play, a little breather. Have you ever had a manager or known a manager to continually go to the dressing room early in games?
No, I haven't. I mean, he's known for it. I played against him once when I was at Colchester in the FA Cup, 5th round, funny enough. And
didn't score no goal, did you?
No, we were 1-0 up until the last minute of the first half, and they equalised. But as we walked in, he'd already gone in, and the players opened the dressing room door. And as we walk into our dressing room, the door was shutting slowly, and he was already on the clipboard, and it was already written up. He'd disappeared. So he's done it. He's known for it. What he'll do, I don't know. But if I was those subs down below us, I'd be having a very rigorous warm-up, because he could call on them at any given point now.
Yeah, Spurs in danger of really running away with things here at Wembley Stadium. 45 minutes are now up. Min Son is up on his feet. Looks like he will be coming on for the additional minutes, which will be announced as 2 in a few seconds' time. As Harry Kane, he's found over the top. Oh, and he gets the shot away. That is just the clip forward. Harry Kane wins the physical battle. The shot just not strong enough to beat David De Gea.
It's a wonderful ball from the free kick for Vertonghen, but Harry Kane gets him far too easily between the two centre-halves. Now that is one area where they have been poor, and Mourinho will know that. Harry Kane has bullied the pair of them all evening.
Doesn't have a great goal-scoring record, though, against Man United. Just 1 in 7 games against the Red Devils. That goal coming in that last game for Spurs at White Hart Lane, an emotional day for so many Spurs fans, of which Harry Kane counts himself. Has had a couple of chances tonight, Harry Kane, which he has failed to convert at the latest. All over the top towards Martial from Manchester United. Hugo Lloris comes out to gather at feet.
I wouldn't mind betting you see Fellaini, you know. They've failed to play through Spurs. Just perhaps put him up there with Lukaku just for knockdowns, because they've been going long all evening anyway. You know, put him up there, and I know he likes him, Mourinho.
Lloris long to Kane. Bounces through him to Antonio Valencia. Headed forward to Matic, who volleys forward. Davinson Sanchez rather fortuitously volleys through to Harry Kane, who tries to turn away from Phil Jones in the centre of the field, then tries a drag back turn. It didn't quite come off, and Phil Jones will run away with the ball from Manchester United. Valencia on the halfway gives it away sloppily to Moussa Dembele. Taken over by Dele Alli, who drives down the left wing, running at Phil Jones. Gets past him, but not away from Nemanja Matic, who read the situation well. Carries it out towards the end line, right-hand side. Pogba has just kept it on. Pogba will drive it cross-field to Jesse Lingard, to this near side. Bit of space, but I'm not sure there's going to be too much more time for Manchester United. Here's Alexis Sanchez, who plays the ball back in field, but that's it for the first half. And what a half it's been for Tottenham Hotspur, leading this game since the 11th second. Christian Eriksen scoring the Premier League's second fastest goal ever. Spurs continue to dominate, added a second on 28 minutes when Kieran Trippier's cross was turned into his own net by Phil Jones. That's the scoreline here at half-time. Half-time approaching in the games between City and West Brom and Stoke Watford 2. We'll tell you about them in a few moments' time. You are listening to Premier League Live.
Premier League football is a truly global game, and TalkSport is the global audio partner of the Barclays Premier League.
It's a massive goal!
With live commentary of all 380 matches this season, available at TalkSport.com in English, Spanish or Mandarin every weekend.
What a goal! What a fantastic strike!
The event horizon of world-class football. Visit TalkSport.com to find out more.
If you're outside the UK and Ireland, we've got you covered.
Gets away from another. Comes it into the top corner. It is a moment of Merseyside magic from Mo Salah. He's done it again. He's 19th of the season.
TalkSport's international service covers every Premier League match live.
With the throw in the penalty area. Dips one. Oh, that is a magnificent goal from Jermaine Defoe. Absolutely stunning from Jermaine Defoe.
Full commentary, pre- and post-match analysis, and goals as they go in from every single Premier League match.
Lanzini back to Arnautovic. He's inside the box. There is his first goal for West Ham. Arnautovic took took it beautifully. He curled it low past Courtois.
Hear goals as they go in from around the grounds during our featured commentary match.
Rolls it into the feet, little layup. Arfield going to get punched back, 5 minutes. 1-0. Arfield opens the scoring in the 45th minute. Burnley's strike against the 10th man of Watford.
Every game is covered.
Boy lifts it in left-footed. It's a deep cross. It's headed on by Meunier, and it's 2 for Meunier. Well, like London buses, the goals are now pouring in for Steve Meunier.
Get involved in debates, ask in-game questions to our commentary team, and get goal updates with @TalkSport Live on Twitter.
Here's Gale. Good shot, goal! Dwight Gale's put Newcastle level. Crisp low shot from the edge of the penalty area. Low pass, Schmeichel in a flag.
This is Premier League Live.
Passes to Olivier Giroud. Equaliser for Arsenal. And as so often, Olivier Giroud off the bench to rescue Arsene Wenger.
Kick-by-kick commentary, expert opinion, international coverage of the world's most exciting football league. Premier League Live, brought to you by TalkSport Live.
The TalkSport £1 million predictor game involves the two things in life you love the most:
Football and money.
Exactly predict 10 or more Premier League scores and win £1 million sterling.
The TalkSport £1 million predictor game.
Register now at talksport.com/predictor and play for free throughout the season. Win £1 million sterling.
£1 million.
Players must be 18 or over. See talksport.com/predictor for full conditions.
You are listening to Premier League Live. Tom Rennie and Kev Watson with you on this Wednesday night football special. We are live covering the game between Tottenham and Manchester United, where it's 2-0 to Spurs at the break. But there are 6 other Premier League games going on this evening. Lots of stories in all of them. Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 0, Everton 2, Leicester 0, Newcastle 0, Burnley 0, Southampton 0, Brighton 1. 3 games at half-time. Those 4 are back underway. Man City beating West Brom by a goal to 0. Stoke Watford, the thriller we all expected. That is goalless right now. Here's the very best of the action from all those games.
Izquierdo lays it square very intelligently, goes down inside the penalty area. Referee Mike Dean says penalty. It's Glenn Murray, coolly converts, and Brighton leads.
The Spurs are in! Spurs have scored! Spurs have scored in the opening seconds at Wembley Stadium!
Chilwell was in trouble. Chilwell has shown it to Sigurdsson, who pulls it across. Walcott, 1-0. An error from Leicester City gives Everton the lead against the run of play.
Oh, that's a lovely ball forward to Fernandinho! And Manchester City have taken the lead.
Scoops it in towards the penalty area to Key, to Walcott. Another one for Theo Walcott. It's 2 for him. It's 2 for Everton.
Right hand side, Chippier's cross. Oh, it's 2-0. Ricochets off Phil Jones, and that's an own goal from the Manchester United defender.
Back towards Kennedy. Has to chop inside Bardsley, as a penalty has been given for Newcastle United. As Hosselu stands over the ball. What can he do? Oh, it's saved by Nick Poe. A really poor penalty from Hosselu.
Yeah, stories right around the country this evening. Kev Watson, let's come to you on a couple of these. Let's start with Theo Walcott, why not? A couple of goals for him, scoring for Everton, scored his first goal for him, his second goal for him. Ademola Lookman left the club today. It's a massive endorsement of Theo Walcott, if you like, from Sam Allardyce, and he's repaid him tonight.
Yeah, he certainly has. And, you know, I've always liked Walcott. He's been learning the game. His final product has become better over the last couple of years, and I was surprised that Arsenal and Wenger didn't use him more, especially with the electrifying pace he has. He just needed someone to believe in him, and he's got that now, it seems. And 2 goals already this evening, so good luck to him.
Elsewhere tonight, I can tell you there's been a goal since we started playing that package. It's come in the Chelsea-Bournemouth game. We'll tell you who it's gone for shortly, but a massive goal has gone in there. Olivier Giroud is in the crowd tonight at Stamford Bridge, unable to play because he only completed that move from Arsenal today. Back here at our feature game is Spurs against United, and well, Spurs have utterly blown the Red Devils away, haven't they?
They've been absolutely brilliant. You feel that Mourinho has to change something. they've been okay going forward. They've had a couple of half chances, but when Tottenham attack, and they attack with pace, Manchester United can't deal with them. Smalling and Jones have struggled with Kane and Ali all night, and Sanchez just isn't doing his job defensively. And Kieran Trippier down this right-hand side has had absolutely so much space, it's frightening. And I think that will be something that Mourinho addresses in this 15-minute break.
But elsewhere this evening, some other stories going on. Incredible game going on between Southampton and Brighton. It's 1-0 to the Seagulls against the Saints, and we mentioned it top of the programme, Kev, and it continues to be something that we're going to need to keep bringing up. Southampton struggling week in, week out, not scoring goals, losing games when they should be getting something from them. There was talk about Marco Silva, sacked at Watford recently. He's now looking for a job. We know he'll go into any job. He's the ultimate mercenary manager. Would you make that move right now if you lost tonight for Southampton against Brighton?
Well, you've got to do something. And if you're in a struggling team, you go 1-0 down at home, you're failing to score goals, the confidence will drain out of you. They need that first goal in games, and they're not getting it, and they've not got it tonight against another team that don't score an awful lot of goals. And Brighton 1-0 up there, that could be the all-important goal.
Let's break in with that goal from Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea against Bournemouth. John Howick is your commentator.
As Bakayoko's been eased off the ball by Wilson, 1-2 with Ibe. Callum Wilson's for a goal, and Callum Wilson has scored for Bournemouth. How's this for a shot on deadline day? Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 1.
Well, all those strikers Chelsea were looking at didn't look at Callum Wilson, did they? He has scored the opening goal for Bournemouth against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and the way things are looking now, Bournemouth would climb into 10th in the Premier League table, Chelsea would drop down to 4th, and Liverpool would go above them despite playing last night.
Yeah, Chelsea, they're having a little bit of a tough time under Conte at the minute. I've seen the replay of that goal, terrific goal, but Chelsea caught square at the back, and he races onto it. Lovely little finish, and we'll see what Conte and Chelsea are made of now in the second half.
So all the scores as things stand then, it's now Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 1. That game 10 minutes into the second half, as are these following 3 games. Everton 2, Leicester 0, Newcastle 0, Burnley 0, and Southampton 0, Brighton 1. 3 games at half time. Manchester City 1, West Bromwich Albion 0, Stoke City 0, Watford 0, and right here Tottenham 2, Manchester United 0. 2 big transfers have gone through, by the way, during that first half in the Premier League. Badou Ndiaye has gone to Stoke City. That's a move that's been talked about all day long. He signed from Galatasaray. And Andre Ayew, the former Ghana captain, has gone back to Swansea from West Ham United. Looks like an £18.5 million deal, which could rise, but I think West Ham still owed a bit from the transfer, so it might end up equaling things out in the end. Might end up being £1 million for a year and a half loan, which didn't quite work out at West Ham. Looks like West Ham are replacing him with Jordan Hugill from Preston North End. We've got no time for that. Big transfer of the day is that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has gone to Arsenal from Borussia Dortmund. Let's get some reaction from Ray Parlour on that, Arsenal legend of course, and also we're going to hear from Arsene Wenger, the Gunners boss.
He has a big challenge in front of him. He wants to do well in the Premier League, and overall I believe he's welcome, and that's absolutely good news for us.
It's a chance for him now, 29 years older. He's probably 3 or 4 years of his lifespan left at the top level, I should imagine. So this is a real opportunity for him to play in the Premier League, and he might say, look, I can't let this go. I need to go and prove myself in the Premier League.
Yeah, I'm glad Ray said at the top level there. I thought he was going to bump him off. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? But Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been the nearly man striker of European football for 4 or 5 seasons. Is he going to go to Real Madrid? Never quite happened. Is he going to make the Premier League move? Never quite happened. Now it has. Do you think he'll be a big success at Arsenal?
I actually think he will, yeah. I think he's a confident boy. You can see he's confident. Every time I've seen him, he's been really good, and I think he'll come into the Premier League and settle no problem. And I think Arsenal have really pulled off a coup there, getting him in to the Emirates.
Right. Let's get back to this massive game at Wembley Stadium. Spurs 2, Manchester United 0. Second half to come. You are listening to Premier League Live.
Premier League football is a truly global game, and TalkSport is the global audio partner of the Barclays Premier League.
It's a massive goal!
With live commentary of all 380 matches this season. Available at TalkSport.com in English, Spanish or Mandarin every weekend.
What a goal! What a fantastic strike!
The event horizon of world-class football. Visit TalkSport.com to find out more.
If you're outside the UK and Ireland, we've got you covered.
Gets away from another. Curled it into the top corner. It is a moment of Merseyside magic from Mo Salah. He's done it again. His 19th of the season.
TalkSport's international service covers every Premier League match live.
Defoe in the penalty area. Dips one. Oh, that is a magnificent goal from Jermaine Defoe. Absolutely stunning from Jermaine Defoe.
Full commentary, pre- and post-match analysis, and goals as they go in from every single Premier League match.
Lanzini back to Arnautovic. He's inside the box. There is his first goal for West Ham. Arnautovic took it beautifully. He curled it low past Courtois.
Hear goals as they go in from around the grounds during our featured commentary match.
Rolls it into the feet. Little layup. Arfield going to get punched back. 5 minutes. 1-0. Arfield opens the scoring in the 45th minute. Burnley's strike against the 10th man of Watford.
Every game is covered.
Boy lifts it in left-footed. It's a deep cross. It's headed on by Meunier, and it's 2 for Meunier. Well, like London buses, the goals are now pouring in for Steve Meunier.
Get involved in debates, ask in-game questions to our commentary team, and get goal updates with @TalkSport Live on Twitter.
Here's Gale. Good shot, goal! Dwight Gale's put Newcastle level. Chris blow shot from the edge of the penalty area. Low pass, Schmeichel in a flag.
This is Premier League Live.
Crosses to Olivier Giroud. Equaliser for Arsenal. And as so often, Olivier Giroud off the bench to rescue Arsene Wenger.
Kick-by-kick commentary, expert opinion, international coverage of the world's most exciting football league. Premier League Live. Brought to you by TalkSport Live.
The TalkSport £1 million predictor game involves the two things in life you love the most.
Football and money.
Exactly predict 10 or more Premier League scores and win £1 million sterling.
The TalkSport £1 million predictor game.
Register now at talksport.com/predictor and play for free throughout the season. Win £1 million sterling.
£1 million.
Players must be 18 or over. See talksport.com/predictor for full conditions.
Welcome back to our coverage of this massive Premier League clash. Tottenham 2, Manchester United 0 on Premier League Live. I'm your host Tom Rennie. Alongside me is the former Spurs and Reading fan Kevin Watson. This is Premier League Live, and you join us as Spurs are unveiling their new big transfer. And again, it just shows how good Spurs are in the transfer market. For me, they have signed Lucas Moura today. Got it all done nice and quickly for £25 million on a 5-year contract, and he is being presented to the Wembley crowd right now. He'll wear the number 27 shirt, and it's another shrewd acquisition. And £25 million in a day and age where it looks like Jordan Hugill is worth £12 million is fantastic business again.
It certainly is. Terrific player, great quality, and a real good addition to a very strong Spurs squad. And this is where you need to be good, the end stage of the season. If Tottenham can come good, they can hold on to this lead, if not add to it tonight. They'll only be 2 points off that full spot, and they can mount a real push.
And they would have been buoyed, I'm sure, by that goal for Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge. Cherries beating the Blues right now in the Premier League. Just waiting for Manchester United to emerge with this second half. Alexis Sanchez, the last out of the tunnel. But let's run through the 11s for you, starting with Spurs. Hugo Lloris is in goal. It's a back four, left to right, of Ben Davies, Jan Vertonghen, Davinson Sanchez and Kieran Trippier. Eric Dyer and Moussa Dembele in the centre of midfield. Dele Alli supporting Harry Kane, with Christian Eriksen and Heung-min Son on the wings. Benches Rose, Lamela, Wanyama, Vaughan, Sissoko, Llorente and Walker-Peters. Manchester United, David De Gea's in goal. Back four, left to right. Ashley Young, Phil Jones, Chris Smalling and Antonio Valencia. Paul Pogba and Nemanja Matic in the centre midfield. Alexis Sanchez up top supporting this man Jesse Lingard. Also Lukaku and Anthony Martial. Good challenge on Lingard there from Spurs. They'll counter down the right hand side. Harry Kane will find Dele Alli midway now inside the United half. Forward to Heung-min Son in the area. Tries to turn away from his man. Reverse ball to Kane. Saved by David De Gea, but Harry Kane is offside. The bench for United: Rojo, Mata, Rashford, Romero, Herrera, Shaw and Fellaini. That's how things look. Harry Kane, was he offside?
Well, do you know what? When it first happened, I thought he was absolutely miles offside. But you see the replay, and it's literally only looks like his left shoulder and left arm. It happened so quickly. But the right decision for an linesman. Initial thoughts, it looks like Sanchez has gone and played more central up near Lukaku this second half, and Lingard's gone out on the right, and Martial, as we thought, will go and protect over on that left-hand side.
Yeah, where they were really exposed in that first half. We have seen Alexis Sanchez play in the centre for Arsenal. Maybe that will change United's fortune. Here he is now, Alexis Sanchez. He's dropped deep and he's won the ball back. And he's found Lukaku. Lukaku looks to chip one over the top down the channel towards Martial. Has found him after a deflection. Running now at Kieran Trippier. Corner of the penalty area. Martial pokes into Lingard. Well read by Dembele. Breaks to Pogba on the edge. Pogba shifts and shoots, but really laboriously, and it's cleared away only as far as the left-hand side, where Ashley Young will find Martial, who is onside. Alexis Sanchez with a characteristic cross with the right boot from the left-hand side, cleared away, back to Sanchez again. He finds Young out on the left, forward to Anthony Martial. Martial running at Trippier, back to Alexis Sanchez, into Martial on the edge, reverse ball to Pogba, hits Davinson Sanchez of Spurs, and it's cleared away up towards the halfway line.
He's kept the same shape, Mourinho. He's just altered the personnel in that shape.
Here is Alexis Sanchez, fires one cross field, looks for Antonio Valencia. Heung-min Son should have won it, didn't. United keep position. Another goal's gone in, by the way, at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Bournemouth. We're going to get there shortly. It was 1-0 to the Cherries. Here Ashley Young has whipped one in. It's away by Davinson Sanchez. Only as far as Dele Alli will bring it away for Tottenham into Eriksen, back to Ali, over the halfway line to Harry Kane, who shuffles away from Phil Jones. Bit too easy, really. Finds Dele Alli down the right hand side. Lovely little nutmeg on Matic, across towards Heung-min Son, but Valencia in his own penalty area is cool and calm and in the right position and finds a clearance too, but not good enough from him. It's straight to Davinson Sanchez, but we're going to go straight to Stamford Bridge.
Through ball here for Stanislas. Chelsea being cut over once more. Stanislas through the feet of Courtois, and it's Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 2, and it's so sweet for the Cherries.
The fall of the house of Antonio Conte continues at Stamford Bridge. 2-0 now to Bournemouth in front of the watching Olivier Giroud. Kev Watson, unbelievable.
It certainly is. At the moment it looks like that's messing up a few betting slips tonight.
It's really mine.
A few accumulators, but now brilliant from Eddie Howe, and just shows what's going on at Chelsea at the moment.
Spurs looking for a third here. Heung-min Son found by Dele Alli, edge of the area. Heung-min Son gets the shot away. Never really got the power on it. I think he was caught in two minds there, Son. And actually Young, look at him right now. He looks around to those Manchester United teammates and says, where is everyone? It's his pass that led to that awful bit of defending there from his teammates.
Certainly did. It's like 7 aside at the moment. Son, I don't know what he's doing. He really should quicken up his feet on the edge of the box, gives Valencia time to get in and defend.
Spurs pressing high on Manchester United. Spurs winning the ball back from Manchester United. They want to throw on the right hand side. Another goal has gone in, by the way, in the game between Newcastle and Burnley this time. We'll get that goal for you shortly. Newcastle have already missed a penalty in that game from Joselu. Going from Spurs here has gone to Dele Alli, who tried to control on the chest. It loops up in the air though from Dele Alli, and Pogba can steal. Works its way back, does the ball to David De Gea. De Gea long to Lukaku. Lukaku heads infield, only as far as Kieran Trippier, who gets it far too easily, really. In the centre circle now, he's away from Alexis Sanchez, and he's found a ball through the channel, through the gap towards Heung-min Son, but it is overhit, and it goes through to David De Gea. I can tell you another goal scoring at Stamford Bridge as well. It was 2-0 to Bournemouth. We'll bring you that goal shortly too. If Chelsea got back into it, or are Bournemouth running away with things at Stamford Bridge? We will find out very, very soon on this brilliant night of football here in the Premier League. Goals to come soon. Games available to you through our digital broadcast partners around the world. First though, to the game between Southampton and Brighton. Was 1-0 to the Seagulls last time we were at St Mary's.
Ward-Prowse feeds it into the penalty area, all the way through. And Jack Stevens wheels away in celebration. It's he who takes the ball into Southampton, crucially, are back on level terms.
David Windsor with the commentary. 1-1 between the Saints and the Seagulls in that game on the south coast. Could be a really, really big goal for Southampton. Not scoring many this season. The Saints got their new striker Carrillo on the bench. Maybe we'll see him in the second half. Maybe we'll see Manchester United turn up in the second half here. Offered nothing again, Kevin Watson.
They haven't at the moment. Have they started the first couple of minutes right, and then it's been Tottenham again, carving them open at will.
All those attacking talents, and none of it has really fired so far. Here's Moussa Dembele for Tottenham Hotspur. Left to Davis. Harry Kane trying to roll Smalling, who slid in well. Two players battling for the ball. Kane has won it, Spurs have won it, and they found Heung-min Son. Here's Dele Alli, Trippier overlapping. Here he is now right hand side. Trippier's cross towards Kane is just over his head. Valencia will pick it up in the right back area. Heung-min Son for company into the Nemanja Matic. Spurs keeping United penned in. Good challenge by Davis to win it back. Cross towards Harry Kane. Good win by Jones. Dele Alli wins the header to knock it back into the penalty area. It's away again, only as far as Heung-min Son. Alexis Sanchez back to help out. He'll dribble away from Ericsson and carry United forward. Another let off.
They're all over the place defensively at the moment, Tom. Manchester United, all over the place.
Ashley Young up over the halfway. He'll find Anthony Martial, who pokes it forward. Challenged by Dembele. Corner to Manchester United. Let's quickly get to Newcastle against Burnley.
Kennedy whips the ball into the box and it's headed into the back of the net. Newcastle have taken the lead and it's Jamal Lascelles.
Really important goal for Newcastle. A win there will put them up to 13th in the Premier League table. 26 points, 3 clear of Southampton, who currently would stay in the Premier League's bottom 3 despite their point currently against Brighton. Back here, corner from Ashley Young towards the back post. Sanchez has won it. Surely it's hit the hand of Heung-min Son. Pogba's screaming at Andre Mariner, who's shaking his head. Looked to me like a pretty clear handball. Another penalty appeal turned down. Decent one too. Then a good challenge on that far side from Trippier on Martial. Martial has gone down, craving high boot. Gone down theatrically too. Kevin Watson, we're seeing a replay of the penalty.
Yeah. I don't know, his arm's not in an unnatural position, I don't think. Heads it, he actually turns his back on the ball. I don't know. It's one of those, isn't it? It's a grey area. Some might give it, some might not. Tottenham have got away with it on this occasion.
Well, we mull that over. Let's get back to Stamford Bridge.
Stanislav looking in, and Nathan Aki makes it 3-0! Oh my days, what is going on at Stamford Bridge? Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 3.
John Howard can't believe it. We can't believe it. It's 3-0 to Bournemouth away at Chelsea.
That is a long way back now, isn't it, for the Blues? You would expect Bournemouth to hold on, but who knows? This is the Premier League.
One way back for Antonio Conte as well. Does he make it to February?
This is a massive result. There's losing and there's losing, and at the moment they are losing.
Yeah. Eloquently put. Yeah. Spurs coming forward here with Dele Alli. Lovely ball with the outside of the right boot. Finds Harry Kane. Shot a goal. Never got hold of it there. Harry Kane always bobbling wide. And that's going to be a goal kick. Does give us time just to rattle through the scores in the Premier League on a brilliant night. Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 3. About 20 minutes remaining there. Everton 2, Leicester 0. Theo Walcott with a brace. Newcastle 1, Burnley 0. Jamal Lascelles with the goal. Southampton 1, Brighton 1. Also this evening, Manchester City 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. Alan Pardew's team hanging on in there at the Etihad Stadium. That one is just 54 minutes old. Stoke 0, Watford 0. And here Spurs 2-0 up against Manchester United. Ball is with Chris Smalling midway inside his own half for Manchester United. To Valencia, back to Smalling, and he'll find David De Gea. And Kevin Watson, I really would expect Mourinho to make a change almost immediately from this point, because United have been poor.
Absolutely, it's got to happen soon. He's probably mulling over what he's going to do. They can't play through Spurs. They've not played through them all night. So Fellaini definitely an option. If he wants to go down the same route, then Mata has to come on. Creative player. He's also got Rashford for pace as well. But do it. You're 2-0 down and don't look like scoring at the moment.
No, they've got the ball now at Pogba over the top towards Lukaku, who's in the penalty area trying to get a shot away. It's broken back to Lukaku. On target from Lukaku. Really good save by Hugo Lloris.
First we've seen of Lukaku. Just too strong, wasn't he? Too strong as he gets in there for Vertonghen, rolls him, smashes it from close range. What a save, Lloris. What a save.
Yeah, two big hands to it, knocks it over the crossbar too. Really hard effort from Romelu Lukaku. Corner to Manchester United, left hand side towards Lukaku, punched out by Lloris, but punched down only as far as Antonio Valencia, 40 yards from goal, centre of the field. He finds Martial to his left. Jones into Matic, left to Martial. Martial pokes it towards Ashley Young, left hand side. Martial has gone down again, claiming a foul. Andre Marin has seen nothing. They've tossed it in towards the back post where Lingard tries to volley towards Lukaku. It's just behind Romelu Lukaku. And Hugo Lloris can come out, throw his cap on it. Unlucky then.
It was unlucky. He's done the right thing there. Lingard, back post, gets in behind Son. Just tries to roll it across, and it's just behind Lukaku, isn't it? It's the right thing to do.
.57 minutes on the clock. Tottenham 2, Manchester United 0. Eriksen after 11 seconds, and Jones on 28 minutes with an own goal. As Dele Alli looks across field, he looks for Kieran Trippier. Ashley Young will intercept. United back in possession with Ashley Young in the left back area. Forward to Nemanja Matic, carrying up towards the halfway line, striding forward. Lukaku running ahead of him. Martial to the left. Oh, and he's tried to release Martial, and he's played it off the field 3 yards behind him.
Just nothing's going right for them. I think Dembele done terrific there. That's the bonus of having sitting midfielders like Dembele and Dyer. Kieran Trippier high up the pitch trying to get on the end of Dele Alli's pass. And Dembele slides across and sits in the right back position for him and defends for him. Terrific awareness from Dembele there.
Fancy another goal, Kev? You up for it?
I think there'll be one somewhere, surely.
Well, there has been one at Goodison Park. It's Everton against Leicester.
And Jamie Vardy has the opportunity to net his 12th of the season, and does. Sends Pickford the wrong way, and suddenly Leicester City are back in the hunt.
Another game right in the balance, this time at Goodison Park. 2-1 between Everton and Leicester City. Barry Swain with the commentary there. No way of predicting so many of the games this evening. Maybe this one's the safest of the lot.
Well, as I say, that 2-0, Manchester United could get a goal from somewhere. Then it's game on again. At the moment, it's a comfy 2-0 for Spurs, and they're bossing the game. But we're only that one goal away from it being game on again. And you wouldn't put it past Manchester United. Rashford, Mata, Fellaini. Could throw any one of those guys on. Could change the game. But I would suggest that it would be done within the next couple of minutes to give them half an hour to get back into it.
Rashford's over warming up. Spurs are carrying the ball forward. Son and Ali looking to combine on the edge. Dele Alli's pass ever so slightly overhit, and that will go straight out of play. A few tweets in about Chelsea to @TalkSport Live. People getting in touch saying that the players have given up on Antonio Conte. We're not watching that game, of course, but scoreline like 3-0 down at home against Bournemouth certainly suggests something is seriously up at Stamford Bridge. Well, they are not the kind of club to show their managers any sort of loyalty. That is not the Chelsea way.
Absolutely not. And I think his style of management and the way he's so vocal, vociferous, the way he handles his players certainly does have a shelf life for me.
And Spurs coming forward with Eriksen. Finds Son. Dele Alli on the edge, trying to nutmeg Smalling. Ran into him in the end, and Smalling gets a good challenge in. Pogba then finds Lingard, who runs into trouble. One back by Dyer. He'll find Ericsson. It's left to Davis. He leaves it for Harry Kane, left-hand side. Seen much of Harry Kane this evening as we just tick over an hour gone here.
We haven't. I think his hold-up play and his general all-round play has been different class. He's give 2 centre-halves at Manchester United a torrid evening. Works his socks off as usual. And brought others into play brilliantly.
Ericsson will find the ball to Heung-min Son. It's outright to Trippier. Trippier's cross blocked by Ashley Young. Breaks back to Kieran Trippier again. Will dink in towards Ericsson was poor. United clear it away for a throw on that right hand side to Tottenham Hotspur.
They've put Martial out there to protect Ashley Young this second half, and still Trippier is getting so much freedom out there.
Here's again Kieran Trippier trying to chip one towards Heung-min Son. Pogba intercepts, finds Alexis Sanchez, fine into Lukaku, good control from him. Turns away from Vertonghen. It's outright to Jesse Lingard, into Alexis Sanchez again, centre circle. United have got 2 players about to come on. Fellaini and Mata are ready and waiting. And it's really any of the United attacking players who they could replace. Here's Jesse Lingard though, finding Martial in the penalty area, running at Vertonghen, always bobbling and spinning away from him. And Vertonghen brings it away for Spurs, out on that right hand side, up towards Kane. Good touch by Pogba to get it under control, but he runs into Dele Alli, who lobs it forward to Heung-min Son. Valencia comes across and surely trips over Son. Referee says no. Here's Harry Kane looking over the top to Dele Alli. Alli in the area, shot blocked. Away then from the head of Phil Jones. And then Manchester United can bring it away with Alexis Sanchez, who leaves it for Pogba. Pogba nearly caught on the ball by Harry Kane, who's hacked him down in the centre of the field, leaving Pogba with a face full of grass and time for a couple of changes, and not before time from a very poor United.
Yeah, I'm not so sure they need 2 sitters in the centre of the pitch now. I think Matic could be disposed of, just have Pogba in there, and it'll be Martial or Lingard. Well, there we go, it's Lingard, it's one of them.
Poor tonight, Jesse Lingard. He's leaving the field of play for Juan Mata, who signed a new contract at Manchester United. Such a crucial player in these sorts of games. The experienced Spaniard. Fellaini is on 2 before the other player has gone off in just a moment. It's going to be Paul Pogba who's leaving the field of play. Nemanja Matic will stay on the field. What do you make to that?
Well, he's got Pogba and Matic, who are both deep line tonight. And I think he's thought Pogba's not going to give me much protection if I just leave him on there. So I'll just have the 1 sitter in Matic. Could have been either or, both of those, but I can see what he's thinking.
What he's thinking now is Small is giving it away sloppily, and Matic has had to go deep, and Dembele is running at him. Alexis Sanchez dives back in and puts a really good tackle in, and now United can break away. All down the left-hand side, Trippier out of position, Martial running at Davinson Sanchez. Sanchez timed his tackle well to win it back for Tottenham. Nothing is falling United's way, is it, at vital moments?
Great defending from Davinson Sanchez, held him up. You know Martial wants to get onto that right foot, and he's half saying, go on, go in there. Sticks out his left foot, takes it off him. Like taking sweets from a baby, that one.
A regular pastime of yours?
Yeah.
You like to do it the week?
I'm not that mean.
No, they're technically giving you the sweets, aren't they?
Yeah.
They obviously want you to have those curly whirlies. It's fine, I understand. 64 minutes gone here. Tottenham 2, Manchester United 0, with the sweet stealer Kev Watson and me, Tom Rennie. Down the left hand side comes Davis for Spurs. Infield towards Dele Alli, round the corner to Harry Kane. It's a lovely attempt from Dele Alli outside of the right boot, but didn't quite find his teammate, and it goes through to David De Gea again.
Too intricate, wasn't it? They're trying to be too clever now, Spurs around the edge of the box.
Roll out to Alexis Sanchez, who's absolutely clattered into by Dyer, and I'm not quite sure why that's not a yellow card there for Eric Dyer. No intention other than to take out Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah, it was a bit naughty, wasn't it? It's a yellow card, that one.
Need some protection. Not given by Andre Maurer at that time. Ball forward again, in the air towards Lukaku. Hasn't worked tonight for Manchester United, that tactic. Hasn't won enough of the ball. Here's Eric Dyer for Spurs in the centre circle, running out right. Matic with him, as he's got to be with everyone, as the only holding player now. Here's Ericsson in the centre from distance. Ericsson! Oh, the drive was struck so sweet, and it just goes wide.
Somebody's got to close him down. He's moved forward, decides to have a strike. Tell you what, De Gea's beaten there. Lots of movement on that ball. Great strike. At one point it's going in, and then it just veers away. Manchester United definitely have emptied the middle of that pitch. It's just Matic sitting there now with Sanchez and Fellaini in front of him. No protection with Matic. Tottenham will get more chances now because Manchester United need to get back in the game. Simple as that.
Heung-min Son carries the ball out right. He finds Trippier on the overlap, as he always seems to be. Son the edge, drops the shoulder, a little step over, finds Dembele, helps it to Davies with the shot. And this time Davies' effort is saved down low to David De Gea's right. And they are just racking up now for Spurs.
One-way traffic at the moment, Tom. One-way traffic.
And Matta's lost it to Dembele. Alexis Sanchez back helping out. Oh, that is a strong one from Ben Davies. He's got the ball, but he followed through on Alexis Sanchez, who moans at Andre Marino, says get up and get on with it. He does just that, but that was a strong tackle. Got plenty of the ball, absolutely. Maybe a touch reckless though, as Alexis Sanchez chips one towards Romelu Lukaku. And it's aimless from Alexis Sanchez straight through to Hugo Lloris.
Way over hit, wasn't it? Right idea, way over hit.
Still 3-0 to Bournemouth at Chelsea, by the way. The shock result of the night. Spurs coming forward, Harry Kane! Shot first time on the edge. There's got to be his 6th attempt at goal now, but nothing has really connected from Kane tonight.
Shooting practice. Son, good ball in. Great run from Ericsson. Little step over, and he just scuffs it, doesn't he? How many times you've seen Harry Kane with that whip on the right foot, feed it into that corner.
Spurs fighting and winning almost every ball right now. This time it's a slide tackle from Vertonghen, which breaks to Ali, leaving Lukaku on his backside. Again, no free kick. Again, Spurs have got it, and they have just outfought United all night, haven't they?
The Olays are coming now. That's how dominant Tottenham have been. United look a spent force. Can't get anywhere near the Lily Whites at the moment. To keep ball session. I wouldn't mind betting one of these Reds could find themselves in trouble with a late tackle soon out of sheer frustration, because at the moment it's a keep ball session.
Totally dominant performance from Tottenham Hotspur. They lead 2-0, but the margin of victory, if not in scoreline, has been so much more than that, as Juan Mata shows that frustration Kev was just talking about there. Gives a free kick away on the halfway line sloppily there.
Couldn't get the ball, simple as that. And it's so frustrating when you're playing in a team and you're being dominated so much. Frustration does get the better of you sometimes. And at the moment, Tottenham brilliant, and Manchester United are inept.
Third goal feels like only a matter of time. Down the right hand side they come with a lob towards Trippier. Ashley Young intercepts in the left back area, knocks it out of play, throw into Spurs right hand side, right by that corner flag. 68 minutes gone, they lead 2-0 on Premier League Live. Here's Dele Alli, back to goal, turns forward, running it. Nemanja Matic finds Heung-min Son, right to Kieran Trippier again, who's been everywhere tonight for Spurs. Chipped in towards Ericsson, forward to Heung-min Son. Son, a goal, saved De Gea. Harry Kane is screaming for it for a tap in, and Son has fired it straight at the United keeper.
Well, brilliant, Ericsson. What a ball. Where's Phil Jones going? Where's Phil Jones going? He's gone out to the ball and just left Son behind him. Son, should he shoot? Should he square it? I think he's made the right decision. Could have squared it, but tell you what, he makes the right decision, but he should shoot across goal, and he doesn't. It's too close to the keeper.
It's a corner for Spurs on the left hand side. 20 minutes remaining. Ericsson's delivery evades everyone. Ashley Young then can't clear at the back post, but it has hit him last.
Is that Phil Jones's night finished? Herrera getting ready. I don't know where he went, why he went chasing the ball there.
As soon as that happened, Mourinho said, Rashford, sit down, Herrera, get up, you're going on. Something has infuriated Jose Mourinho. And Fellaini, I think, is having to come off. He's only just come on. He's obviously got a knock that he's been carrying, and something's happened to Fellaini. And a couple of minutes after coming on, he's having to go straight off. And, well, it's already been a pretty bad night for United. That's just got worse.
Yeah, it has. I don't know what he's done there, but he's clearly not right. I think Phil Jones is a lucky boy. And I thought it was going to be him.
Straight down the tunnel, Fellaini. Shirt comes straight off. 20 minutes remaining. Let's cross to St James's Park.
Up to the box, headed on by Belly, and it's in the back of the net. And Sam Box has got the goal. He's not been in goal scoring form recently, but the second goal of this game has come from the set piece.
Oh, Newcastle United now 1-1 with Burnley. Dan McCarthy with the commentary there. That game approaching the 90th minute. Shocker for Newcastle. Burnley keep doing it to everybody. As Eriksen's ball is whipped across the penalty area behind Harry Kane, no one else in the box. More bad news for Newcastle United, Kev.
Yeah.
It just keeps coming and coming for them. I'm hearing that Islam Slimani has failed his medical as well. He was going to be the answer to their striking problems and not fit enough to sign. It's too late now.
Yeah, again, another team that desperately need a goal scorer. Goal scorers keep you in the league. It's always been said, you need them in this league.
Here's the best of the lot, Harry Kane, found by Dembele midway inside the United half. He's chopped inside, Smalling, not away from Jones or Young though. Back to David De Gea, whose ball out left was very nearly intercepted by Harry Kane's sliding tackle. Wasn't. Young will clear it up to Davinson Sanchez, whose first touch nearly allowed Martial to steal, but he recovered superbly well. Found a ball to Dyer, then Vertonghen, then Dembele, then Dyer, and Spurs smoothly back in possession outside their own half.
They've been really good tonight, really good. Controlled, good football, gone forward at pace, committed bodies forward, and they thoroughly deserve to be 2-0 in the lead. In fact, they should be more.
Yeah. I think Manchester United can count themselves very lucky to still be in this game. Vertonghen there has got it in his own penalty area, beat 3 players and carried to the halfway line. That's where Spurs are at tonight. He's found Dele Alli, left-hand side, approaching the penalty area. Runs outside of it now with the ball at feet, centre of the field, from left to right. You'll find Trippier, the eternal option for Spurs tonight. Into Eriksen, back to Trippier. United have regrouped, but Spurs have got the ball, as has been the story of so much of tonight's game. Dembele and Eriksen, it's the Ole's again from the Wembley crowd. Very near to capacity here, and that's a poor challenge from one of the most spiteful players for me in football, Ashley Young. And he's been looking for that all night. He gets his yellow card, he takes out Heung-min Son, and it's... I mean, he's just never grown up, Ashley Young, I say. You just don't act like that.
Always going to happen. I mean, it's not the most painful tackle in the world on Son, but it's just naughty, isn't it? I mean, you cannot kick through someone to get to a ball. You're not going to get the ball. It's gone through him. It's a booking. As soon as that ball was getting rolled into Son and Young was behind him, you knew what was coming.
Here's Trippier on the right hand side. Free kick taken short for Spurs. Heung-min Son is up and about and on the ball. Right to Trippier, wants the return ball, chipped towards him. Here he is now. Heung-min Son in the area. Brilliant play again from Tottenham Hotspur. Smalling steps across the field.
Oh, what a ball that was from Trippier. Look at that little flip just behind Matic. Son makes a great run. Smalling gets across. Good covering. But again, Tottenham brilliant tonight.
From the corner, Spurs have wasted it, and it's gone out for a goal kick to United. Let's go to the Etihad Stadium, shall we? West Brom were holding on for dear life against City. It was 1-0 to the Citizens. What about now?
There's 3 against 2 here. It's Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling and Aguero. Here's Sterling picking up the pass from De Bruyne, who slides it in from the return. Kevin De Bruyne makes it 2-0 for Manchester City.
John Anderson there with the commentary. Harry Kane here with the shot for Spurs. I mean, how many now for Harry Kane? How many for Tottenham Hotspur? They are peppering that goal with attempts. 15 now for Tottenham Hotspur, only 4 of which have hit the target. 2 have found the back of the net. But I mean, if a third went in, a fourth or fifth could soon follow. Such has been the domination of Spurs tonight.
Absolutely. He wants his goal, doesn't he? He had a better option, Davis, coming up on his left-hand side. But you know Harry Kane, there is no way, once he's done that little bit of skill to get his half a yard to get a shot away, no way he's passing. Not from 25 yards out. There's going to be a shot all day long.
On the halfway line with Kieran Trippier. It's into Dyer, who leaves it for Dembele in the centre circle. I mean, Spurs have been great, and we have said that a lot. How bad have Manchester United been?
They've usually for Mourinho, they've looked disorganised defensively. They've had their moments going forward, but they've just looked disorganised defensively. I think Smalling and Jones, club, Manchester United stature, need better than that. They need better than that in the middle of their defence. Ashley Young is not a left back. And Valencia.
Spurs coming forward here with Harry Kane. Another attempt from Harry Kane. Eriksen slips him in. Shot deflected, goes wide.
Good play. Good play. Great little ball from Eriksen. Spurs have missed him. Deflected, just wide. But getting back to it, Ashley Young, not a left back. Valencia went to United as a right winger. Their back four, for me, not strong enough to compete for the Premier League title. Nowhere near it.
Now massively on the back foot here, and Spurs could have written them a new one in the last 15 if they're not clever and not careful and not cautious. And won't need to be with a poor corner like that, going straight to the chest of Martial. Oh, Herrera's given it straight to Heung-min Son. Poor pass towards Lukaku. Here's Dele Alli on the edge. Shot blocked. Breaks to Dyer. Eriksen wants it. Dyer shoots instead. Blocked by Jones. They were queuing up Tottenham. Where are this Manchester United defence?
It's absolute, like, shooting practice. Herrera tries to roll Lukaku. Lukaku's on his toes, wants to get up the pitch, so the ball goes straight to Ali. Look at that. Eric Dyer could roll Eriksen in. Oh, he's got the choice of any one of three. It's embarrassingly poor defensively from Manchester United. And you're right, if a third one goes in, so will a fourth.
Got to be a better ball from this corner if that's going to happen from Eriksen. This time it's towards Harry Kane. Well won by Smalling. Good jump by the England central defender. Just beat Harry Kane. Of the two of them, Smalling's been the better, you'd say. Jones has been absolute liability the entire game from own goal onwards. Another corner, this time from the attacking right-hand side. A fifth of the game for Tottenham Hotspur. A third in quick succession. In fact, it's actually gone for a goal kick. Well, that was definitely a corner.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Not given. Spurs weren't happy about it. So it won't be another corner for Spurs. It'll be United trying to desperately and undeservedly get their way back in this game. But there's only 2-0, and they've still got Lukaku, Sanchez, Mata, all out there. This man Ashley Young has had some fantastic moments this season too. He's got it on the left-hand side. It's into Alexis Sanchez. Pokes it round the corner into Martial. Challenge on Herrera from Vertonghen, and Andre Mariner's allowed Spurs to get rough with Manchester United tonight, and it's gone in their favour again. Dele Alli streaking forward. Poor ball towards Davis. He just poked it away from Valencia before United could steal it back, and then he's turned away from Davis really nicely. Antonio Valencia up over the halfway. Back in field. He'll find Juan Mata. Mata to Valencia. Valencia running in field. Finds a ball back to Smalling, who can't look cross field. So he goes short to Matic. Into Phil Jones. Jones forward to Alexis Sanchez. About 10 yards over the halfway. Wants someone to run for him. He's found Ashley Young out left. Cross deflected. Lloris looks to keep it in. Has just stopped it going for a corner, but blasting out for a throw on that far side. And they're going to make a change at Tottenham here, as United have made all their three. Eric Lamela has been linked with a move away from the club. Is going to come on, continuing his recovery from that long-term layoff. I think they might just be holding this substitution while this United attack just continues on the throw, will they? Tremona wants the sub to happen. He's pointing at the sub. A little delay here. There's a bit of confusion. We're going to see that change. Heung-min Son, who's been given a bit of a battering tonight from Ashley Young, is going to go off Lamela.
He's done well though, hasn't he? He runs his absolute socks off every game. Heung-min Son and Lamela. This is a change that's been happening in the last few games. Between 15 and 10 minutes to go, he comes on, a little cameo. Continuing, as you say, Tom, continuing his recovery from that long-term injury.
Full-time whistles blowing around the country. I can tell you that Everton have beaten Leicester by 2-1. Newcastle have drawn 1-1 with Burnley. Southampton have drawn 1-1 with Brighton. We're going to get the full-time whistle from Stamford Bridge in just a few moments' time as Martial's deep cross here for United is over Lukaku's head, but it's picked up by Valencia on the right. 10 minutes to go on Premier League Live. 2-0 to Spurs against the Red Devils. Herrera's pass the ball out of play. Let's cross to John Howick for those final moments at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea-Bournemouth.
And there goes the final whistle. Chelsea 0, Bournemouth 3. Bournemouth doing all the damage in the second half. 3 goals in the space of 15 minutes. A capitulation by Antonio Conte's Chelsea.
Has finished with a really big win for Bournemouth down the bottom, but Kev Watson, just a quick reaction on Chelsea getting stuffed at home by the Cherries.
Yeah, well, Conte has been singing his own departure song, if you like, for the last couple of days, saying, you know, why would he be any different from the last 10 managers? History says he's going to get the sack. Well, I'll tell you what, it might be sooner rather than later after that result.
Yeah, spent poorly, you could say as well. Ross Barkley making his first start tonight. No one has been too happy about that. Danny Drinkwater, big money. Timu Bakayoko has done nothing for half a season.
Absolutely correct. And when you're at home and you're playing Bournemouth and you play Eden Hazard as a lone striker, you know, that would have been music, I'm sure, to Eddie Howe's ears, that their number 10, their creative player, is up front on his own. He's not a number 9. He can't play that role on his own. And, you know, it would appear that Bournemouth, second half, have proved that right.
Even Olivier Giroud's handsome face can't cheer up the Chelsea fans tonight.
Absolutely not.
Last night he's an Arsenal player and sees them lose to Swansea. Tonight he's a Chelsea player and sees them lose to Bournemouth.
Well, this season he's been a bit part player at Arsenal, hasn't he? I tell you what, he'll be straight in with Hazard playing off of him, I reckon.
Spurs coming forward here down the right hand side with, you guessed it, Kieran Trippier running at Ashley Young in the inside to Dele Alli. Back to Trippier again. Dele Alli's ball is away by Jones. Alexis Sanchez then tries to carry towards the halfway line, draws the foul from Alli, and again no free kick given.
That's a free kick.
I mean, there's a lot tonight. They have been free kicks.
Yeah, that's a free kick. It's not shoulder to shoulder because Dele Alli's actually behind Sanchez, so he's lent into the back of him. It's a free kick.
Not given. Alexis Sanchez.
Yole's will be out again in a minute, I would have thought here. Here they go.
Alexis Sanchez was on the floor moaning. He's tried a few of those last little 1-2-3s on that far side that he became so famous for, but there's no Mesut Ozil flowing around him tonight. Everyone has been pretty poor. Mata, Martial, Lukaku. Terrible performances from all three of them. And Sanchez has looked like he's wanted to get involved, but been very ineffective. Here's Ben Davies, challenged by Herrera, then tripped by Herrera. And that's going to be a free kick in the centre circle to Spurs, who are just purring right now at Wembley Stadium. They have been utterly dominant since the 11th second of the match.
They've been great, haven't they? They really have. For as poor as Manchester United have been, Tottenham have been excellent in every department this evening.
But it's not done yet if Manchester United can just turn on a bit of magic. Oh, Dele Alli hacking at Alexis Sanchez, who gets up unhappy with Dele Alli. He's probably going to get a booking here, and that's fair enough. It was a bit of a hack Alexis.
And that's the petulant side of Dele Alli. They're winning 2-0, they're cruising. That is a hack, and it's a needless booking. Look, it's just, he's nowhere near the ball. He doesn't need to do it. It's just a needless, petulant hack. And he's got a booking for nothing. Really does need to curb that. Because if he's going to play in our midfield in the World Cup, we need to keep 11 players on the pitch. And he has got that in him, Dele Alli, and he needs to curb it, and curb it quickly.
To be fair, England are rubbish, so it doesn't really matter. I think that's fair to say, right? We keep talking about, Joe Hart wants to make the World Cup squad. Who cares? Well, England are rubbish.
You do need 11 on the pitch.
I'd rather not go. Get to watch everyone else.
Good.
Anyway, let's not worry about that too soon. 5 minutes to go until the full-time whistle, or certainly 90 minutes are up. Musa Sissoko looks like he's about to come on. Sanchez challenged by Dele Alli. United in an advanced position down the left-hand side. It's gone for a throw, which Ashley Young will take.
That's one thing I don't understand is Sissoko. I wouldn't think he was a Pochettino player. He must be getting half of his appearance money, because he gets him on or starts him in nearly every game now. I don't get it. Not for me.
I mean, it's not a big squad, Spurs, I suppose, so someone's got to play the last 3 minutes. Maybe he'll score Spurs third. Maybe Harry Kane will. He's been found by Lamela here, Harry Kane. Bearing down on goal, tripped by Valencia. And that's a free kick right on the edge, right in the middle of Christian Eriksen country.
Great ball, great run from Harry Kane. Valencia comes in from the wrong side. Yeah, no complaints, it's a free kick. And you're right, this could be number 3. Well done, Harry Kane. Got his body in the way. No way Valencia could get it. He's ploughed through him.
Harry Kane wants to take this. Hasn't scored tonight, despite the dominance of his team. Well, a couple of other players there too, Lamela and Eriksen, who take a great free kick. Eriksen, one of the best I've ever seen take free kicks. You get the feeling Harry Kane is telling him, no, this will be for me, as Dele Alli is substituted for the final 3 minutes.
Clever management, this. I'm not sure whether he's being wound up or what as to why he done that to Sanchez, but it's clever. You don't need him being sent off.
On comes Musa Sissoko. As you so rightly say, been much maligned since coming in, but has had his moments and has played important roles for Spurs. Happy to be a bit part player. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to carry the water. We'll be on now for the final 3 minutes. Will it be 3-0?
You know what's going to happen here. He's going to go and try to go round the wall, through Sissoko and low.
Harry Kane for 3-0. Oh, and he's chipped it really, really poorly. It's not been his night, Harry Kane. That must be 7 attempts now from him, none of which have really troubled David De Gea.
That's not his game, is it? I mean, every other time he cuts in from the right, tries to bend that ball low into the far corner, so why not with a dead ball free kick?
No goal for Harry Kane. Spurs 2-0 up. Alexis Sanchez coming forward, poking it through to Mata, who's a long old way offside, and also Sanchez takes another whack as well. He's taken a few tonight.
Late tackle that was.
Have they targeted him, Alexis Sanchez, physically?
I think so, yeah. I mean, he's just run into Ben Davies there for me. Maybe not.
The Olays are back from the Spurs crowd. Two other games still on, by the way. Man City beating West Brom 2-0, final minute there. Still goalless between Stoke and Watford. Probably a good point for both of those two teams. Two of the 11 who could still go down in the Premier League. Davis with the throw for Spurs, midway inside the Manchester United half. Dembele will find Sissoko, back to Dembele, edge of the area. Bulldozing his way forward before finding a pass to Sissoko. Slightly underhit. Sanchez now for Manchester United, who brings the ball away. Out left he finds Ashley Young, up towards the halfway line where Young is into Matic. Sanchez still trying, but hasn't been a good performance from anyone in red. 3 minutes to be added on at the end of the 90. Crossfield to Valencia. Looks like Victor Wanyama's going to come on for a couple of minutes as well as he continues his recovery from a long-term injury. Alexis Sanchez with another dink pass, this time to Martial, left of the penalty area. Chops back, infield, cross towards Herrera. And it's massively overhit, but I think Nope was about the right response to that.
It's summed their night up. They've got to the final third and they've simply run out of ideas going forward and defensively. Saying that they've been all over the place is an understatement.
Moussa Dembele is going to get a nice round of applause here as he goes off. And it gives us a chance to just look at some of these Manchester United players who have all got their hands on hips. Whether they can quite understand what's gone so wrong tonight, because it really has gone so wrong for them. Ball is thrashed upfield for Spurs. Sissoko heads on to Harry Kane, who's still not got his goal. Third goal, by the way, for Manchester City, now leading West Bromwich Albion by 3-0 in the 91st minute there. Bringing the goal scorer when we can. Alexis Sanchez in the centre circle, just shrugged off it by Wanyama once then twice, but Sanchez wins it back. Mata then looks for Lukaku. Davis steps across him. There's no foul there, but Davis goes down and these officials have given a free kick the Spurs way.
Great defending from Ben Davis, real good covering. Gets round on the cover. Lukaku tries to run off the back of Vertonghen. Good full-back play. A really good full-back play.
Well, the Spurs are marching on to 3 points here at Wembley Stadium. Another victory at this ground that's feeling very much like home these days for Maurizio Pochettino and his team as they look to catch up to United, to Chelsea, to Liverpool in those Champions League places. Closing that gap down tonight with a massive win, a massive performance. Hugo Lloris chips it out right to Sissoko. It's over his head. Young has nudged him off it. Throwing to United. Ashley Young pumps it forward up towards Mata, who's about 6 years offside. Let's get that goal from Man City, shall we? Was two, here's the third.
Here's Sterling at the other end for Manchester City, finding Aguero. Sergio Aguero chips in beautifully, and Manchester City make it 3-0. An absolutely classic Aguero goal.
They're all too easy for Manchester City again, this time against West Bromwich Albion. Sergio Aguero, their all-time leading scorer, adding the third there against Albion. Final few seconds here for United to maybe get a consolation goal. Martial's run into trouble though, so Spurs will come forward again with Harry Kane, found by Sissoko, forward to Lamela. Lamela is through! Gets the shot at goal, blocked by Valencia. No time for the corner that would have come. And they have won this game by 2-0. Absolutely dominant performance from them. Let's quickly dip into the final few stages of Stoke against Watford. It's 0-0, seconds remaining for Toby Gillis. Will there be a late winner?
booms away to Butland. On by Crouch, might fall to Choupo-Moting. Good defending by Mariappa, just getting body between man and ball and allowing it to run to Karnezis. And I think that's going to be that. It is Stoke 0, Watford 0. Well, a match of little chances.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too exciting, so we'll pull straight away from that from Toby Gillis. Maybe a good point for both in the end. Well, let's get a quick match report from the other big story of tonight. It came from Stamford Bridge. Chelsea losing 3-0 at home against Bournemouth. John Howick.
All the damage was done in this one during a 15-minute spell in the second half, but not by the side you might expect. It was plucky Bournemouth who were clinical. First, Callum Wilson with a cool finish from close range, and then Junior Stanislas from a tight angle straight through the legs of Courtois. Aki was in the quickest to pounce to a loose shot from a corner, the ex-Blues defender following up to grab a third.